Okay, so this next section is content editing, specifically about enhancing your pages and getting into the nitty-gritty about editing the content. Let's start off by talking about insert images. Now here we are on the Zubers Electric page we were working on, and we go to Enhance Pages and we can insert an image. So we already did this once to show you the logo, but since we're in a new video, we're going to go ahead and do it again. So here I can choose a file, and it's going to open up to a place on my computer where we can, choose an image. And for this instance, I'll choose Google as an image. Now you have an option here. You can either add a link or not add a link. Just for giggles, we'll go ahead and add Google. http://google.com. When we add this to the website, it's going to put the image up at the top. Go ahead and click Save, and you'll see that it will go ahead and align that image in the center. So now that we've got that image there, why don't we drag it up the top? Now you've added an image. If you hover over the image, you can put it in edit mode by clicking on the tools and edit. Select this. On the link, you can see the link is google.com. If you didn't put a link in, it's not going to have one. A link isn't required. Let's go ahead and cancel that. Delete this image, and we will go ahead and insert an image. Choose a file, Google, open. Won't put a link in, just like if we were adding a logo. Save it to orientate it correctly on the page. Now if you look here in the editor, there is no link or unlink, and if you were to choose to link this, then you could go back and go ahead and add the link that you missed. Now there's a lot of link anchor in the text. We could link to an email, however you wanted to do it. You could set the target for a new window. It's got a lot of options here in the editor for you, but that's how you add an image. What's next on our list? New buttons. Okay, buttons work the same way. Okay, so in Enhanced Pages, add a new button. Go to Google. Link could be http://google.com. Assign an image, add it to the website. As soon as we do that, nothing looks like it changed off the top, but you'll see that it adds it below the menu. And again, if we were to click edit, it's going to bring up the content editor for this, so you could change the label to My Google. Okay, you can change the icon, update, and it changes that to My Google. And if you were to click on this, it would go to google.com with whatever you set in the editor. Let's go ahead and delete that just because we can. Moving right along. Alright, anchors. We already showed you anchors in the previous video, but it's worth a quick revisit. So let's pretend that we wanted to reference announcements, and we had a whole bunch to say here. We could change this type here to an anchor. Change the anchor name to announce, and then attach that. Now it's an anchor. If we show edit, announcements, and you'll see the little anchor right here. And if you right click on this anchor, you can edit the anchor and change the name if you wanted to. The way you link to that would be a new button. Announce. Get rid of this. Add as an anchor, and you'll find your anchor name in there as announce. Add it to the website. You'll see the announce button, and it works the same way. If then you click edit, it's going to come up and allow you to edit that anchor, but it works the same way we showed in the previous video. Once we save this, it'll fix all of the changes that we've made, and then we can do a mobile preview. And if we were to click on announce, it goes right down to announcements. Now if you had a whole bunch more stuff here at the bottom, it would put announcements at the top, just like it does if we scroll back up and hit BBB from the previous video. It puts the BBB stuff at the top. Okay. So that's how we use anchors. Moving right along. A vertical empty space is really useful when you're just trying to add some spacing between stuff. If you're looking at things and you need some spacing, maybe you need a space in between Dallas-Fort Worth and testimonials. The way you're going to do that really easily is actually adding a vertical space. So you can put as many pixels as you want on there. We'll add 20 just to make it obvious. And when we add a vertical space to the website, it puts it at the top. So then we scroll over until we get the indicator icon for moving. We just left click on it and drag it to where we want it. And sometimes you have to get creative and move it once or twice. Now we can put the space right between the buttons. Piece of cake. Okay, moving right along. Let's talk about adding content. You can add text, HTML, whatever you want to add. And that is really simple to do. Just close a vertical empty space and say add content. Unlike so many other programs where you actually have to copy and paste everything from one website to the other, this brings it in. But if you wanted to add your own information, this is a great website to visit. Now, there are no limitations to the size of the content that you can add here. We add this to the website, and again, when we add content, it's going to show up at the top. Scroll down a little bit, and then we can put it wherever we want. Just keep pushing it down, 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 and how about that? If you want to edit it, just click on the edit button. Bold. Number it. Okay. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Yes, we can also add HTML in here, okay? In the add content space before, we added a form. We could also add a long piece of HTML to that. Now, don't add JavaScript to this. It's not going to work. JavaScript is bad form for mobile websites. So let's say you're on Aweber and you want to install a form. Just get the raw HTML version. Make sure you select it all. Hit copy. Back here. And you can paste this long section of text in there. That is your form. Add it to the website and it's going to show up at the top. And then you're able to drag it down wherever you would like that form to be. Now that is a fully functioning form. You can add raw HTML in here, you can add YouTube video, whatever you want to add, and if you just want to add text, you can do it like we showed you a few seconds ago. Okay, next on the agenda is social links. Okay, this is actually pretty easy to do. Let's close that section, add social links. Here you actually have to input only your social ID. You don't have to put the full URL. So if it was, Facebook something or other, just face me if that was your Facebook ID, Twitter, twit me. Okay, linkers. YouTubers. Okay, whatever your social ID is, you don't have to put the whole URL in. Then when you click update, maybe it didn't like that. Okay. When you click update, you'll notice that it goes ahead and puts the buttons in right underneath the menu. And it's going to start out by putting them in vertically on the left-hand side. When you save it, it'll align them in center, just like all images start out on the left and they get aligned center. Maybe you want to switch this to horizontal so you can see the buttons. It's great. Update. Save this. Now, all of those buttons will link to your website. Maybe, I would probably go back and put in, horizontal spacing above that. I just grab this one and move it above, and it creates a little bit better spacing there for your buttons. And actually, I don't like how tight those buttons are, what some of the options are. I think I'm going to go back and fix that tonight so that the buttons, the social buttons, work a little nicer. Click to call. This is an important one. Nobody wants to miss this section on click to call. So the way we use click to call is to actually attach it to the menu. That is the preferred way to use click to call. And all we need is a phone number. So we can go over here to Zubra's Electric, grab the phone number, select it, copy it. We probably also could have found it in the page here. Yeah, we could have grabbed that. We go to Enhance Pages, add a click to call button, put the number in here, and say tap to call. Tap to call now, however you want to put it. We've got the number in there. Now, you could add this to the website, and you'll see that it is not part of the menu. You can drag it anywhere you want. If you want to add it to the menu, which I highly recommend, click Add it to the menu, top of the menu or bottom of the menu, and then you're going to see that the tap to call button is now part of the menu, and you can only drag it within the menu. You can't take it out of the menu now. Okay, so now that is how you add it to the menu. Some people have asked, how do I add a second button? Maybe people want to have two phone numbers on there. Okay, what you do, it's kind of a tricky little thing. You go back up here to New Button, and we say second phone number. And you put in tel, colon, no slashes or anything like that, and then you just put the phone number in. Add the phone icon, and you add it to the website. Now you've got a second phone number input, and it works exactly the same way. The second phone number cannot be attached to the menu, but you can move it anywhere else that you want to put it. You can even leave it just underneath the menu. But as you add buttons to the menu, in your page organization, you'll see here Mission has top navigation only. Let's go ahead and save this so you can see what I'm talking about. So Mission has top navigation only, and when you do a mobile preview and you click on Mission, you'll see that it now also has the call button right at the top. Previously that wasn't there because we didn't have a call button. It's there now, and that's the reason that you can only have one call button attached to the menu, is that you obviously can only have one phone number called when they press this button. Okay, so the next section that I want to talk about is mobile maps. Again, we go to Enhance Pages, you go to Mobile Maps. All you have to do is go over here to Zubra's Electric and find an address. We'll just grab this address here, copy, and we'll go to Google Maps and paste the address in. Do the search. Comes up with this map. You can select any kind of map you want, this map or this map, and then get the link. Do not use the short URL. That doesn't function well in mobile. So select this whole URL here, copy, and put that in as the link. And then you have to label the button as you want it to be seen by the user on the map, and by default it gives you the little map icon. Again, you can add this to the menu, and maybe you want to put the map button on the bottom. Add that to the website, and now you will see that On the Map is on the bottom of the menu. So when we save this, we'll actually be able to look in the mobile preview and see what happens when you push that On the Map button. Okay, let's get a bigger phone, a little bit. Okay, so let's press the On the Map button, and it's actually going to go out and pull out Google Maps. And if somebody's on a mobile device, it's going to pick it up, and it's going to have all the get direction stuff. How do you want to find us? You can see that, all of it's functional. They can do street maps, satellite map, however they want to work it. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is a lot of what you've seen already, and that is the block content editing features. So when you're here, we've gone through all the functions of Enhanced Pages, shown you everything you can do here. The content editor itself, you have to hover over the elements on the left to edit or remove them. So you can go here and delete those. You could go over this button and click edit and edit that information. If you change it, you have to click update. If you don't want to change it, you just click cancel. Here we have content. If you want to edit this, it's going to show you what it looks like. If you need to see the source code, you just press source and it's going to show you the code that you put in. You can select text, make it bold, italic, underline. You can remove or insert numbered lists. You can do bulleted. You can change the alignment. You can add or remove links. You can edit images, iframes. You can change the size of the text. Look at the source code. One thing you can't do is change the color of the text on the page. We changed that someplace else, and it's site-wide. It's just standard mobile procedures. You don't want to have multicolored text along the page. If you absolutely have to do it within the source code and use your HTML that changes the font colors. Okay? So what else can you edit? You can edit anchors. I think I showed you that before. And yeah, so you can edit the anchor. Edit the image. You can do the image properties. You can set the size. You can change the text. If you need to change a link, it gives you the link you can change. You can change the target. So don't be afraid to right-click on stuff in the edit menu to be able to edit in greater detail. Cancel that. Here we just got an image. Here's another image. Edit. If you've got this, you can see the link. If you want to take the link off so it doesn't go anywhere, just unlink it. Now there's no link. Link is gone. Okay? Pretty simple stuff. Just get in the habit of going ahead and using that edit bar, and you'll be able to do everything that you need to do to edit pages and make them beautiful within MobiMimic. Alright, I think that takes care of this section on page enhancement and editing the content. In future sections, we're going to go on to the design section and then output. Okay, so we'll see you on the inside in the very next video.